Welcome to the Budget Mom YouTube channel. I'm Kamika Love from thebudgetmom.com, and today we are going to be doing a full office tour, and not just an office tour, but how I'm organizing my paper clutter and organizing my office. Now this is going to be a real video. I just moved into my new house about two and a half months ago, and I have not organized, I have not cleaned, I have not done anything to my office before this video, so you're going to see how I'm making it work and what my office looks like. So, welcome to my office. I get a lot of requests every single day to do an office tour, but not only that, talk about how I organize my paper clutter. Now, a couple of years ago, I did a video like this on my Instagram when we were in my 800 square foot apartment and my office was literally and essentially the corner of my kitchen. And I kind of feel like it was more organized then than it is now, but this is real life, and I'm gonna be showing you what my office looks like right now, real life, no changes, no nothing. So one of the quick things I wanted to mention is anytime we're looking at a space in my home, I wanna talk about zones. So I don't know if I consciously did this, but I like to focus on zones, especially in spaces where I feel like there's a lot going on. It's really easy for clutter to accumulate. I focus on zones. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about the zones in my office. And this goes for places like my kitchen. I have my kitchen zones, such as my cooking area, my drink station, my prep station, my spice zone. My pantry is a zone. So here in my office, we have different zones. So over here, we have a lot of things going on. This is my hutch, and essentially, this is kind of my, I wouldn't say, kind of like office supply zone. So we have, like, in these little bins, we have all of my different markers that I use to color in my trackers, and it's a lot of miscellaneous type stuff. We have my tape, some scissors, glue, some extra organizing bins, and then we have in here, we use a lot of these supplies for accessories in our pictures, for our product photography and stuff like that. We also have all of my books. Now up here in this big wicker basket, I have all of my different vacation envelopes. Now I have a full video on how I organize my vacation memories. I'll make sure to include that in this video right now, but this is where I'm keeping all of my vacation envelopes. And then we also have my laminator, my printer, and also my label maker, and I have an extra thing of tape actually right here. Over here, so I'm a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to packaging. I know that seems kind of weird, but anytime I get a new product, like when I got my Fossil watch, I keep the packaging. Like my Power Beats headphones, I keep the packaging. I actually have the packaging to my phone. So for some reason, I like keeping all the boxes, just in case. I have all the manuals in here as well. Now in these drawers, I have my index cards as well as my label makers for all of my file folders, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, and all of the different file folder labels. In this drawer, I have all of the tape that goes to my label maker. I might have my diplomas, some other random stuff. I have some Harley Davidson spark plugs in here. That's very random. And then, oh, that's personal information. And then this, so this is how I currently organize my paper clutter. So I actually have all of my manuals in here. So I have kitchen manuals for all of my kitchen appliances. So like I have one for my Instapot. I have another one for my waffle maker. I like to keep all these manuals in here. I have cleaning manuals, so this is like for, you can see my vacuum or my Dyson vacuum. And then I have another category called other manuals. And in here I have like my manual for my hose reel and my manual for my flower pots out on my deck. It's just great to keep all the manuals in one spot. So anytime I need help with an appliance, I have the manual. Things for my computer, I have a different folder for each person in our family. So Chris and James. I have charity that I'm donating to. So this is all the letters that I receive from the beautiful child and girl that I sponsor through Unbound. And then I have all of my different type of records. So retirement, investment, social security, bank accounts, household. Now my bank accounts, what this is, it doesn't have a lot of personal information. It's literally my bank statements, and my bank statements don't contain any account numbers. So vehicles, important documents, and insurance. And inside each one of these, I have these little file folders. So for example, on insurance, I have it broken down into these file folders. So I have medical insurance, life insurance, and car insurance. My house insurance is in a different file folder. And then a copy. This is just a copy of my will. The original is in a fireproof lockbox. So, and then in this drawer, I have all my ink for my printer. This is where I'm currently storing that. So this area is kind of my catch-all zone. We then have my command center. I keep on my command board, I have my goals, my weekly schedule, my cleaning schedule, and then my thoughts. I haven't labeled these yet because I'm still working around how I really want this to work in my life, but that's currently what I'm doing. In my little roll cart, this is just a roll cart. I got this one at, I believe I got it at Michael's, but it's just a rolling cart and it makes it really handy. This is all my camera equipment that I use for my business. And because of COVID, I was working from home, so we brought a lot of my camera equipment home. So this is my camera zone. Over here is my writing desk. Now this is my workstation zone. This is where I work on my budget. You can see I have my budget by paycheck workbook here. It's where I sit down and do my planner every single week. It's where I have all of the utensils for my budget and my planner, as well as my pen supply. So these are actually detachable. They're just these little pen holders. You can get them on Amazon. I'll make sure to link them in the description of this video, but so this is essentially my writing desk or workstation. Over here, I have all the things that I use for my planner, like all my planner stickers, all my cash envelopes for my budget. And then in these drawers, I have them organized. You pull out this one. It's literally all my writing utensils. So I have like my cash envelope tape, my staples, my Sharpies, my writing utensils, all of that is in my writing desk. So this is my workstation. Over here is my printer station. And then over here is obviously my computer zone. This is where I'm checking emails and working on the computer. Now I'm gonna move this aside here to show you what's in these drawers. So if you look down here, each one of my pull-out file cabinet drawers actually are locked drawers. I do keep some of our financial information in here, and I just literally hide. I have a secret place for my key, but you can see it just pulls out and you can lock your file cabinet drawers, and that's part of the desk that I have. So down here, I have all of my Mercari shipping stuff. So when I sell something on Mercari, I have my shipping bags, I have my tape. In this drawer, I have all of my stamps and stuff for my Cricut. In this drawer, it's kind of a catch-all drawer. I have my Dymo label makers for my Dymo address label maker that I have right here, as well as some sticky notes and some other catch-all stuff. And here's my computer equipment stuff. So I keep all of my computer cords, different chargers, that type of stuff. In here, I have all of our video equipment. So this is the stuff that we use to shoot YouTube videos, which we're currently shooting at home. All my different memory cards. Down here is all of my different, I have many of these clipboards, as well as a big bag of clips. So I just bought a big bag of these on Amazon in bulk. So that's where I keep those. And then down here, I can unlock this. Okay, so in here is where I have a lot of my financial information. So my home warranty, my house insurance, different receipts for my home. Now, when you make really big purchases that have warranty information, whether it be house appliances, house furniture, I keep those receipts with the warranty information, and that's what this is for. All of my different house documents. And then here I have a folder for each one of my animals to keep track of their vet records, vet bills, vet appointments. So Toby, Kitty, and Derby. Okay, I get asked all the time, how do I organize my bills? And this is something I want to show. So I have a file folder, a hanging file folder that looks like this for each month. I put the bill for the month. If I receive a bill in the mail, I stick it in the month that I receive it in one of these. Inside each file folder is a folder that looks like this. And inside there, I keep my cash envelopes. So if we go to, say, March, you can see for March, I have all of my different cash envelopes. So I like to keep my cash envelopes for every single month, and then at the end of the year I shred them. But it's a great way for me to analyze one specific category of my spending. So if I look at March and look at my gas envelope, I can see very quickly where I got gas and what was spent in that specific category of my budget. And this is where I keep my cash envelopes. So and I keep this locked at all times. All right, so in this hutch over here, it's more of my fun zone. And inside here is where I keep all of the equipment for my Instamax Mini. So I love this. I keep all of my little albums, my carrying kit for it, and all the different supplies for my Instamax Mini in this bucket. I have some other random things like my $5 challenge, some more YouTube equipment stuff. Now down here is where I keep all of my paper as well as all of my different binders. So here's my recipe binder, for instance. So I keep all of my recipes organized inside a homemade binder. You can see I have it organized, appetizers, soups, sauces, and I have a full YouTube video on this, how I organize my recipes. I'll make sure to link that in the description of this video. But I also have like a photography binder, things for my taxes, my meal plan. I have a couple of empty ones in case I need to add to it. Yeah, and then a home binder, a house binder, and then some other type of office supplies in here. So when it comes to organizing your office space, focus on a couple of different things. Now, I just moved into my new home just a couple months ago, so I'm still kind of figuring out what works for me as far as not just organization, but consistent organization. When you think about your space, the number one thing that you want to think about is how do you use that space? Efficiency over perfection. So it's really nice to have a nice looking space, but it's really important that it works efficiently in your life so you can consistently stay up to date on organization in that space. Another thing is, once you realize how you utilize your space, think about your zones. What does each zone represent, and how can you make that zone as efficient as possible. I'm still kind of working that out in this space, but I do have it today in a way that works for me. Another thing, when it comes to organizing your different drawers, a lot of people think that they have to go out and spend a ton of money on, you know, these types of bins. And as you can see from mine, like I got these at the dollar store. They don't have to be expensive. I utilize the boxes that come with the product. You can see a lot of the stuff I have organized in here is still in the actual box. So a great place for office organization materials is actually the dollar store. I get a lot of my bins, plastic drawer organizers from the dollar store. So this is my full office tour. If you found this video helpful, please like it and don't forget to subscribe. Am I looking in the right spot? And then over here is more of my fun state zone. So in this, good. You have to edit that out. All right.